Welcome students, welcome to the second part of my video, Standard 8 History, beginning of the freedom movement. As we have already seen in the first part, the educated Indians who got education in Western education, who learned modern values, they came to know how Indians were backward. Then we saw the contribution of the newspapers. Newspapers brought awakening among the Indians to fight against the unjust policy of the Britishers. We could also see few leaders like Lokmanya Tilak, who made a valuable contribution by starting Ganesh Chaturthi and Shiv Jayanti. He knew that if the Indians would gather in the name of religion, Britishers will not interfere. They will not criticize. And so, in the name of Shiv Jayanti, in the name of Ganesh Chaturthi, they started propagating, to fight against the Britishers and to fight against the policies which they make. As we all know, that when Lokmanya Tilak, when he was imprisoned in Mandalay, he started writing books. He started publishing various literatures. One among them was Gita Rahasya. Then, now, I would like to continue with what was the policy of the Britishers. How they have sown the seed of divide and rule. Now, my dear students, in this context, I would like to speak about partition of Bengal. They followed the policy of divide and rule. They wanted to create a rift between Hindus and Muslims. And so, they decided to do partition of Bengal, where Muslims will remain in East Bengal, Muslim majority, and in West Bengal, the majority of Hindus. The hidden strategy of the British was, if Hindus and Muslims were divided due to partition, then the freedom movement will be weakened. My dear students, further, when the people came to know that the Lord Curzon, his idea was to divide, they started anti-partition movement. Now, on 16th October, the day was observed as a national mourning day all over India. They decided to do Vande Mataram movement, and they sung everywhere Vande Mataram as a symbol of unity. Raksha Bandhan program was held. Students in large number boycotted schools and colleges which were run by the Britishers. Surendranath Banerjee, Anand Mohan Bose, Rabindranath Tagore, who took a lead role in the anti-partition movement. This anti-partition movement later on became a national movement, and at last Britishers had to cancel the partition of Bengal. Now, my dear students, we will see in 1905 Gopal Krishna Gokhale was a president of Indian National Congress. Now, when I speak of Gopal Krishna Gokhale, he was a moderate leader who believed in begging, who believed in pleading. He did not believe in violence. And he supported the anti-partition movement. And Dadabhai Naoroji, he was the president of the Indian National Congress in 1906, and he spoke for the first time the word Swarajya in his presidential speech. He said, "Let us get freedom. Our aim should be to get Swarajya and to save lakh of people suffering from bondage of slavery, poverty, hunger, and suffering from various diseases. India will get respectable position among the developed nation." So he introduced 4-point program. The 4-point program was Swaraj, Swadeshi, national education, and boycott. To follow the path of Swadeshi, we need to bring together capital resources, manpower, and other forces for the benefit of the country. It was decided the boycotting foreign goods was the first step, and a boycott of foreign rule will be the next step. Due to the boycott, we were able to attack the root of British imperialism, was the opinion of the leaders. Now, my dear students, do you know, it is said that Gopal Krishna Gokhale, he developed or he founded Indian Society, Servant of Indian Society in 1905, to create love for the country, teach them sacrifice of self-interest, difference between religion and the caste should be destroyed, and to create social harmony, spread of education were the main objectives of Servant of Indian Society. Now, my dear students, as I told you, there was a difference between moderates and extremists. Moderates believed in pleading, requesting, and asking for freedom through peaceful means. And extremists believed in violence. Lal Bal Pal. You know, these are the three personalities whom, when I speak about extremists, we have to remember Lal, Bal, and Pal. Now, in the Surat session in 1907, there was difference between the moderates and extremists. The moderates and extremists felt that they cannot go hand in hand, and there was a tension within the Indian National Congress, and the moderates were not ready to compromise. They were against violence. So there was a split in Congress into two groups, moderates and extremists. And my dear students, let me tell you, Britishers were very happy because there was split in the Congress where the moderates and extremists had different ideologies. Now, my dear students, when this freedom movement started taking grip, Britishers started their suppression. After the anti-partition movement, the government was disturbed at the influential public protest. To control this movement, government started suppressing. If the public meetings are held, it was legally banned. Strict permissions were given to those who broke the law. School children were beaten up. Many restrictions were imposed on newspapers. The printing press were confiscated on the grounds of blaming and criticizing the government. Strict actions were taken against the leaders. The revolutionary adopted means of firing bomb blast. These bomb blasts were advocated through Kesari newspaper by Lokmanya Tilak. The charge of sedition was put on Lokmanya Tilak ji, and he was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment in Mandalay jail at Myanmar. Bipin Chandra Pal was sentenced to jail, and Lala Lajpat Rai was deported to Punjab. Now, as I told you before, that Britishers were trying to break our unity. So what did they do? They took few of the Muslim leaders, those who were very rich, those who were influential in Muslim community, and Britishers once again followed the policy of divide and rule. They made a propaganda saying that, in order to safeguard the interest of the Muslim, they should have a separate political organization. And with the motivation of the British government and the upper class Muslim leaders like Aga Khan met Governor General Lord Minto, and due to motivation of Lord Minto and other British officers, Muslim League was established in 1906. A group of separate political party was made called Muslim League. Now we will see what is Morley Minto Act. There was dissatisfaction among the Indians regarding the work of the British government, their oppressive rule, their economic policies, their unjust behavior towards Indians in Africa. So Morley Minto Act of 1909 was passed. According to this act, let me tell you, my dear students, according to this act, it increased the number of Indian members to Legislative Assembly. Provisions of inclusion of some elected Indian representative in Legislative Assembly was made. In the same act, separate electorates were provided for Indian Muslims. Due to this conspiracy of British has sown the seed of the division between the Indians as Hindus and Muslims. Now, my dear students, this is what has happened, where they have sown the seed of divide and rule within Hindus and Muslims. Now, you will find one fine day both the Muslim League and the Congress felt that they have to do something to bring in unity among them. So, my dear students, we will see the Lucknow Pact. In the Lucknow session of the Indian National Congress in the year 1916, under the leadership of Lokmanya Tilak ji, he resolved the dispute in Indian National Congress. In the same year, he made arrangement between Indian National Congress and Muslim League, and that arrangement where he brought unity among the Indian National Congress and Muslim League, it was known as Lucknow Pact. According to this pact, Indian National Congress agreed to separate electorate to Muslims and the Muslim Leagues, and the Muslim League agreed to support Indian National Congress in its work of getting political rights to the Indians. Now, my dear students, we will see what is Home Rule movement. Now, after the release from the jail of Mandalay, the First World War began. And when the First World War began, they wanted Indians to support the Britishers to fight this war. Not only that, the condition in India was very worse. The rate of the basic necessary commodities increased. Many restrictions were put on the Indians by the Britishers. This led to increase in dissatisfaction among the Indians. So Dr. Annie Besant and Lokmanya Tilak ji made an extensive tour in different parts of the country and demanded self-government. They reached to the common people and they said, and Tilak ji firmly stated, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Now, as I told you, the First World War had begun and the war atmosphere in Europe was growing, dissatisfaction in the minds of the Indian, popularity of the Home Rule movement, and it was necessary for the Britishers to get cooperation of the Indians. So British decided to provide some political rights to the Indians. In 1917, Montague, Secretary of the State of India, declared step by step that Indians will be given the self-government and responsible political system. Tilak also declared that if the government is going to show sympathy and considerable attitude, the Indian public is ready to cooperate. And this policy of Lokmanya Tilak was known as responsive cooperation. Now we will see what happened after that. In 1990, British Parliament passed another act bringing constitutional reforms in India. This act was called as Montague-Chelmsford Act. According to this act, less important departments were transferred to the ministers, Indian ministers, whereas important departments like finance, home affairs, revenue was under the control of the governor. In 1919, Act did not give much exposure to the demand of the responsible government of Indians. Everybody was disappointed due to this act. Tilak criticized the act in the following words: "This is neither Swarajya nor its foundation." The Indians understood that they have to subdue the British government, and then the agitation needed to be more rigorous. India got prepared for a new movement. Now, thus, I would like to conclude this lesson by saying that, my dear students, that Britishers gave us certain departments which were not at all important. They just wanted to satisfy us by giving the departments which were of less importance. But the finance, home affairs and revenue was under their control. And so here the people decided that they would now fight with more vigor, and they would oppose the Britishers from tooth to nail. Now, this we are going to see in the next lesson. Thank you, and thank you for your patient hearing.